Because the calisthenics can't be editing this. Now, if you had said in 2019 was calisthenics.
Let me see. Let me double check. I think we might be. Are we live? Are we live? Let's see. Can we be seen? Can we be
But it
seen?
still was loading.
No, it's good. It's not loading. Come on. Let's pause. There we go.
We live?
Yeah, we live. We live.
From the 718?
Yes, sir. See.
Or the 863? Well, no, it's not 863 here.
I don't know what it is here. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, we don't know our area code. That's wild.
I've been here for 3.5 years.
Yo, guys, forgive me. I'm gonna be sneezing. Allergies is cooking me right now. Eyes is red. Alright, so Mel named the title "Is Calisthenics Dead in the U.S.?" which was, he could have said, "Was calisthenics dead in 2019?" or something like that, or until Team Rip Right came. He could have said something, but I mean, you see, this is the problem here. These streamers, these streamers is doing. I think you don't get to a certain level in notoriety until you.
But look, they got more.
Sell your soul. What you mean?
They got more viewers.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. It might be some.
Yeah, we got the screen in front of us so we could check the chat, and somebody is two people is live on Twitch, and one person is a dude with a wig on and a pink jumpsuit, and
yeah, not even a jumper.
Yeah, a jumper, and then it's two dudes or whatever it is, right? Another live, and they got more viewers than the dude in the wig. So,
which is wild. So, in my opinion, of course not. Calisthenics cannot be dead. Not in the U.S. When I mentioned 2019 calisthenics was dead, I was having a podcast with my guy Akeem Supreme, right? And Akeem Supreme said calisthenics dead, and what I meant by that was like as far as content. I said the only people that I remember that was shaking obviously was Goku Pump, Scott Bernhardt, That's Good Money, Irv Felix John, and that's about it. I'm talking about in NYC. As far as NYC was concerned, now in the US, obviously you had Frank Madrano, you had Chris Harrier, you had one of my guys, Prove It, which is Warren, salute to him. You had him at that time. He was going crazy on Instagram. I know because I seen a couple videos from him, and he basically he had this move that he did. It was crazy, and I was trying to mimic that move. Right? Shout out to Prove It, Warren. Right? He mentioned to me about the DMV. He mentioned the Bar Brothers. Bro, I never knew the Bar Brothers was from DMV.
Me neither. Never knew that till today.
So that's calisthenic history for me. So yes, the Bar Brothers was lit. They had the DMV on smash, right? Or so to speak. Can y'all hear me good? Hope y'all can hear me, because when we rocking with Mel and live streaming, or so to speak, it's a possibility.
Yeah, the love is good.
My man, he get kind of crazy. I was doing calisthenics in 2015, but I kept flip-flopping with weights, but I'm fully committed to calisthenics as of these past 3 to 4 years. Good. I love that nasheed you put on your videos. I know everybody I coined that nasheed. Shout out to my man, Muhammad Andalusi. I don't know if he came up with that portrait or not.
That's the one you got from his website?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now his website is not even up no more with that portrait on it. I gotta find out exactly where that portrait is from, because so many people is asking me for it, and I just have it screen recorded and I have to send it to him so much. Calisthenics is getting overtaken by ice skating. It's crazy. Yo, bro. No more masculine men. Calisthenics is good for when it's time to put that body to work in case of a catastrophic event. I'm always having to use my arms or body strength Salute. Then we got Hello Brothers. Appreciate what you all have and are doing and putting together. Been severely out of shape for a long time, but seeing the camaraderie and uplifting nature of you all. Much love. Yeah, like shout out to Broly, shout out to Bam Bam. I think that unification was needed. You know what I mean? Even though Calisthenics podcast caused quote unquote a lot of issues, I don't think it did. I think it kind of helped in reality. But yeah, I gotta interview Goku Pro. I want to interview Scott Bernard. I would definitely like to interview a few other people from Wingate. You know what I mean? I want to see D-Real again. There's a lot of people that need to be interviewed, especially on the Calisthenics Exposed. But right now, I think calisthenics is possibly in the golden era, like Mel said, right? Because he had mentioned something. And I thought golden era was more like just like the first era that came about. So we're gonna ask chat, right? Let's see if I can turn this up. Hey chat, when it comes to the golden era of a thing, what is the straightforward and correct definition of golden era? Can you hear me from here?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when people talk about a golden era of something, they're basically referring to a time period that's considered the peak or the most ideal and successful phase in that field. It's like the golden age where everything just felt like it was at its best, whether that's music, movies, sports, or even calisthenics.
Alright, good looking chat.
You're always welcome.
I mean, it's talking to like it's his best friend.
That's my man. Yo, so check this out, guys. Do you think calisthenics right now is at its peak? Or do you think when Hannibal, Zeph, D300, Giant, Iborn, you know, that era, do you think that era was the golden era? Do you think that's when calisthenics was at its peak? Now, Akeem Supreme begs to differ. He said you have to live through both eras to kind of be able to tell, right? From what I'm seeing, and I've been doing bar history, right, for a little bit, not too long, 6-7 years. I want to talk to Snoop about this as well, because Snoop is a good historian. He's a practitioner and a student of the game like myself. I wasn't even close to that quote unquote golden era with Zeph and them. He was not either. But when I was speaking to Akeem obviously, because he's from that era, he still considers that the golden era. But I would say,
I don't think so. I mean, I think that it's probably for those people who've been around for a while. For them, one of the reasons that it was the golden era is because
they were there.
Yeah, I was about to say they were there, and it was the first when they first started.
Yeah.
So they jumped in and it was like, oh, you know, so that quote unquote level of notoriety and the DVDs and the this and the that and all of it kind of was like, oh my goodness.
But I'm not gonna lie, with no internet.
No, they was shaking and moving.
Bro, with no real internet crazy like that. I seen a video with Prophecy and Akeem Supreme that had 5-point-something million views. Right? Obviously on YouTube. That's when the YouTube era was coming about. But I've also seen the preview of The World Is My Gym. Is it? And this guy, I guess white guy, came through and he did interviews with everybody. And he put together basically like a calisthenic history. And it just from the preview alone, it kind of looked crazy. It kind of looked like a motivational Monday now. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to determine. But I'm gonna tell you this: when I seen that 5-6-year-old white girl and that like 3-4-year-old white boy in the park, and she was teaching them how to do push-ups, I was like, on the bar.
Yeah.
Remember, when certain people that I've met now in calisthenics, they be like, yo, what's that bar for? They don't even, you know what I mean? When I first seen people doing push-ups on the bar, I'm like, why are you doing it on the bar? I'm on my Maryland joint. Shout out to Mr. Watch Me Work. I was like, yo, but now you know, everybody's coming to terms. They were doing push-ups on the bar.
On the bar, Slim.
On the bar. And I was like, wow. They might have not been that long, but they were young. You know what I mean? They were young, like, so it was shocking. But I just think this is definitely the peak because of the internet. More people knowing about it. We're in a healthy state. Everybody wants to eat a little bit more healthy, even when you eat bad. You're conscious. Like I'll be snacking, and then some days I'll be like, yo, bro, I gotta slow down. Just because you look good don't mean you feel good, and just because you feel good don't mean you healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, Bismillah, you gotta, but I think this era is definitely from Boston perspective on, tell me what the golden era is, and then looking it up on chat. I think calisthenics is at its peak right now.
Yeah, the calisthenics is growing, and more people are doing it. More people are finding out that there's a community of calisthenics where there's people that are actually, doing this, groups of people and things like that. Before, it wasn't like, I did my pull-ups, push-ups, dips in my house or wherever, you know what I mean, at the gym from time to time, but it wasn't like, well known that, this is really a thing that people actually do, So
we'll catch the recording this later. Okay. Yo, much love. People doing one finger plunge. This era is crazy. That's a fact. Yeah, that's impressive. Much love from Michigan, though. Salute, Paco. Yo, check this out. One thing I'm upset about, but I'm happy about.
Was the ninja skills? Oh.
That, no. Right? Allah has the creed and what He does, He wills. Not just that. What about this Nike push and pull event they had in London?
Oh, I didn't see what.
Guys, this Nike push and pull event was quick. Can you pull it? You can't even pull it up.
Yeah, I can.
Can't, right? Bro, the joint was insane. Why am I happy about it? Is because Nike is obviously sponsoring a calisthenic event. And it was huge. And the lighting and the scene and the whole entire event was looking amazing, obviously from Instagram. I wasn't there. I seen well-known athletes from the UK. Shout out to them. What am I upset about? I'm upset that the US, quote-unquote, NYC as well, because they're being the foundation, the forerunners, that...
The Mecca.
Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing when it comes to calisthenics? Why hasn't Nike or Reebok or Puma sponsored a big event like that here? And I remember when they first started, I was talking to people like Beats.
Go to Facebook.
I was talking to people like Armstrong. And excuse me. And they would say Alhamdulillah. And they were saying that they had major opportunities here, and the staff of these big companies came through, was talking to this group, let's just say quote unquote Beast Mode maybe, and Beast Mode was like, yeah, and then they went and started to talk to maybe the bartenders, like, yeah, we're gonna put together, and the bartenders in the Beast Mode probably was like, nah, not them. And Bartons was like, yeah, nah, we don't rock with them. And then Barbarians got into play. Let's just say, quote unquote, I'm just naming teams. But everybody was basically backstabbing or coming at each other. And I think it was supposed to be like a calisthenic reality TV show. And they fumbled the rock on that. Then, you got UFL, athletes started to go overseas. It was just a lot. But just to see not one major sponsorship like that is ajib. It's strange. It's like,
so.
What you said?
I said very much so.
Yeah, it's weird. So is calisthenics dead? Heck no. Was it dead in 2019? No. But was content in NYC on a down? Yeah. Not like now.
I think calisthenics is dead from it's not dead, but from the perspective of, is it where it should be? No. I think like compared to a lot of stuff that's going on overseas, like you said, that happened in where? London? That didn't happen in the US. Never mind New York, it didn't happen in the US. So from that aspect, yeah, it's dead. I mean, it's not what people think it is, unfortunately, because I think that for whatever reason, you know, it just hasn't been set up correctly. I mean, you know, no competitions with, you know, consistent competitions with money.
Where's the chat?
And things like that. I think that's kind of the problem.
When you guys come to Michigan, I know it's cold and snow is just now coming. Not sure, but definitely would like to go to Michigan. Got a lot of folks out there that's on time in Michigan. But guess what? I'll be definitely going to Denver, Colorado. So shout out to Cruise Up. What's my man name? Aldo. We popping out to Denver on the 24th of January.
That he's in Nebraska.
Nebraska? Well, you messed out, my brother. I thought you was in Denver.
Nah. He'll definitely pop out there, I'm sure.
Coming from the commercial gym at Crunch.
My man drove from Nebraska all the way to Florida. I think he'll pop out.
A lot of patience to do.
He popped out and met Gus in Colorado.
Yeah, but how far is the Colorado drive?
I'm not sure. This is Colorado and Nebraska is near each other, but I'm not sure what's the distance on the drive though.
He said, I think that era was at its peak coming from an old soul. And I didn't even grow up in that era, but only know what I've seen on the videos. I don't know, bro. Look at the motivation. Look at the content now. I'm not saying, like Akeem said, he had some good points. When a person said, yo, link up, they was coming from Yugoslavia. No, they had to go on MapQuest and all that stuff before Google. You know how difficult it was to find 161 Park? Bro, I remember I was working for a company and they told me they used to have to, before the GPSs and all that, they used to have to like print out the MapQuests. And it was a stack of papers and they used to turn left.
When I was really, really young, I remember like my mom, like she used to have a map in the car, like a real full-on. Let me open this map up. So even that is kind of crazy, but I remember like, you know, the big like you didn't have your phone on GPS. You had to buy a GPS that you had to like put in your car. You know what I mean?
I remember I was driving trucks at this time, and this, you needed a truck GPS for trucks.
Yeah.
And I was
truckers still use that.
Yeah, and I was getting jammed up because I had the Garmin joint for the truck, but the company was like, yo, they didn't have, and you know, I was the forklift guy. Loading the trucks, but we were short staffed, so I was loading the trucks, strapping them in, and then hopping on the trucks. I was busting plays back then. I was working for Caesar Stove. I came Supreme is about 38 years old. So I remember those times, and I ended up on a what's that, a parkway with this big boy. Yo, and I'm driving that fast trying to get off the parkway. You gotta be careful with the underpasses. Yeah, those times, boy.
You was about to end up in a situation.
So just imagine with no GPS, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But yeah, I mean, Akeem thinks that his era was the golden era, and this is.
I'm gonna say, but it really is his era before. I don't know. I mean, you have to ask ChatGPT how you define someone's era. Like, what is their era when they're most known, when they're, you know, collect most of their accolades? What is it? Because you could say, let's say like the LeBron era. He's still playing. Is this 23 years the LeBron era still, or or was it a few years ago when, you know what I mean, he was in the finals every year or whatever? Like, you know, I think it's undoubtable though, like for somebody like Jordan, we know when the Jordan era was. We know it was the 90s. You know, nobody else.
I just seen a post about what was going on throughout the 90s, and I'm not gonna lie.
What you about to say now? You about to say some blasphemy?
No, just everything dealing with the 90s.
Oh, okay. Like
was like
everything just going on in general, not just basketball.
Yeah, they was talking about like movies, music, the people that was rapping, the people, and it was just showing stuff, and I was just like, that's interesting. You know, the 90s era did have a lot when it comes to terms like that, because you know I wasn't always Muslim, so I grew up in like the 90s. And like,
speaking of music too, I just was on Instagram and I seen Q France.
Yeah,
he put up some video and he was like, "Oh, first calisthenics rap or something like that." To stay on topic or something like that. It was basically like a song dedicated to like calisthenics and talking about, you know, pull-ups, push-ups, dips. And I guess throughout the whole song, and I guess that was kind of like the theme. And I guess they had like a little music video. I seen like a couple of clips up there, and I was like, damn, that's interesting. And he was saying I was like 17 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, nah, they did a lot. When I look at even the moves that we're doing now, you ever think calisthenics will make it to the Olympics? I think a lot of the moves that we're doing, obviously, or copied. Some of them, some people come out and think they came out with a move, and then you find out like, wow, Beast actually did that in 2002, and you like, wow.
Mauritania.
Fitness after felonies. Because you have to go to another street. See this?
No, it's the same stream. It's just.
Oh, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh. Cali is definitely at its height now because internet kids doing etc. More content creators etc. Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, but getting into the Olympics, a lot of people said it wouldn't make sense for calisthenics to get into the Olympics because of the control. Like what they'll actually do with the calisthenics and turn it into it's almost like right, street workout they call it, too commercial. But I don't know, it's a possibility calisthenics get into the Olympics. But I think like an X Games would be better. When I spoke to my man Alex and he kind of explained why.
Yeah, I think
I'm fried.
I think people need to I guess just kind of like pop out more in the community, and I think like actually support and pay to support these events and kind of like structure calisthenics. Basically, like, you know, what we've been doing. I'm not saying you gotta exactly follow the same blueprint, but basically the same thing in terms of making calisthenics something where it's, you know, you can monetize it, make money off it, compete, and make money and actually be worth it. Like, you should be able to at least pay for your plane ticket to, you know what I mean, to whatever state it is that you're going to, and be able to, you know what I mean, cover that at least. But in a lot of these competitions, sometimes you gotta pay $50 to sign up to compete in a park, and then you don't win nothing but a trophy that ain't even got your name on it.
Yeah.
So, and then nobody ever even hears about it. A lot of these competitions, you know, the same 50, 60 people, 70 people that show up possibly to these events, but nobody really knows about the events, meaning like, you know, they don't know that you did, you know, 200 dips straight, you know what I mean, unbroken in one. They don't even know about that. So there's a lot of strong people in calisthenics that people don't even know about, you know, but they kind of gotta pop out and they gotta kind of put themselves on the map. And putting yourself on the map now is basically social media. If you don't put yourself on the map, you know, then you're basically not in the game. Like a lot of these dudes be talking about, yo, what do you think about when people always be talking about the game? Like, yeah, man, I got into this game. Is it really a game though?
Well, according to Matrix, no.
Yeah, that's something like everybody's like, yeah, man, I got into the game. It was different. I got into the game. It was this, you know what I mean? I do this game. I've been in this game for the love. It's like, what?
Yeah.
but you don't play the game. It's like saying you shoot in your driveway. You got a basketball hoop in your driveway. You shoot in your driveway, but never mind being in the league. But you don't even play in the park. And I know that's kind of funny because, point intended, calisthenics is usually done in the park, but dudes don't even compete, quote unquote, in the park.
Matrix thinks if it's not multiple people, it's not even a game. Which I beg to differ, because you got things like tennis. It's 1v1. So, but his aspect is you have to make teams in order to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I disagree with that because, like you said, there's definitely a one-on-one aspect to basketball. Even it's maybe not a major league for one-on-one basketball, but there's one-on-one basketball and you're playing the game.
Yeah.
Tennis, you know what I mean? Same thing. Ping pong, whatever. Golf, whatever. It's one-on-one aspect to it. So
yeah. So I think 1v1 battles.
Even chess.
But his next thing is you need a league. Where, like, all right, y'all got 82 games this season.
Right.
You got 50 games this season. And that's what Matrix MBXA, National Barmetrics Extreme Association, shout out to Matrix, that's what he was trying to establish. Why you the only person in here on my side?
We're talking about Twitch. We're trying to build a Twitch up, man. If y'all following and watching on any platform, because we're live on multiple platforms, go over to we live on Facebook, on a couple different Facebook pages. We live on Sell on the Bars, YouTube, Twitch, Rip Right HD, YouTube. So we live on a lot of different platforms.
Yeah, that's why Salahuddin, we are on a few different platforms right now.
Yeah, but everybody go over to Twitch and subscribe to Sell on the Bars. Eventually we will consolidate our lives and it will be, over there on Twitch. Yeah. So get over there on Twitch, me now, and if you got a Twitch, just subscribe, support, sign up, follow, whatever you gotta do, and get over there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's the money right there. Get to that Twitch, my boy.
Calisthenics like skateboarding. What it took till the last Olympics till skateboarding went to the Olympics. So it might take 20 more years for calisthenics to go to the Olympics. 20 more years. Woo! I'm still alright, I'll be about 45, so alright. And maybe I'll be 45 and I do a 45 clip.
Yeah. And I'll be in the housing market probably somewhere in Bahrain, traveling from Qatar to Saudi, inshallah.
Walaikum salam to the captain. Brother Ibrahim from Algeria.
Oh yes, Algeria is the spot, man. May the Lord be with you, homies. Much love, you too as well, bro. Yeah, but I love this era. I love what's going on. I don't think that it's probably needed for calisthenics to be in the Olympics, but I think we definitely need a league.
You said audio is bad. Are you sure that it's not just your phone? Because
well, according to Matrix, no.
The audio sounds pretty good. No one else has said anything, so maybe check your phone and see if it's your phone.
It's probably needed for calisthenics to be in the Olympics, but I think if shooting rifles in the Olympics, then calisthenics definitely should be too. Agreed. Calisthenics can never die. It's the people who just stop. Facts. Can a 185-pound man do muscle up?
Of course. I'm about 190 on a bad day. Now I'm probably like 180 right now, honestly speaking. So
okay, or tactical audio. This audio is fine for me. Much love. All right, 185 doing muscle ups is light work. There's some guys that's 185 that can out rep me on the muscle ups. Honestly, it's all about repetition. You need to use the thickest resistance band and start propelling yourself above the bar.
And I'll be honest with you too, if you can't move the weight that you got, maybe it's time to get it up off you.
And that's what he said he's cutting down.
Oh,
to get a bit lighter. Yeah, most Def is definitely live streaming. I don't know why they say I look like Most Def. I don't think so. What is the nasheed you use in your vids? It says Radiallahu in it. Honestly, it's a nasheed that I got from my man's website that I screen recorded. I believe he came up with that poetry. It didn't have a name when I screen recorded it, but I gotta talk to him because it's no longer up. That website that he had is no longer up. It was on his website when he had a waiting list to get into his Arabic program. It mentions Andalusi. That's his last name, and I believe it's from like his lineage that he mentioned Andalusi in the poetry. So it might be.
I think he looks like this. I think they look alike.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think Islam and Most Def look alike.
Maybe I'm probably a light skin version. That's like saying
I don't
karate.
think so.
That for those who don't train it might be, but people who live it's alive and well. Respect. Yeah, I used to be 260. Now I'm like 214 or 215. But my goal is 185 at 5'11. 185 at 5'11 is good.
If it's all muscles, then yeah. But I'm gonna be honest with you, even 185,
it's kind of heavy.
It's kind of heavy at that weight.
But
that height.
Similar cousins. All right, I'm looking similar to most of. Even a 170 at 5'11 is good, bro. I'm 5'9 at 140, 141. Max I'm gonna hit that I've hit is like 150. I don't think I've ever been heavier than a 150. And Allah knows best. But yeah, when I hit 150, I can feel the difference on the muscle ups. Yes, it's not a game.
You think it would be better if you started doing like weighted muscle ups, so maybe like 10 pounds?
Yeah, I was gonna say that because that's what Beast used to do. He just used to use he called it like stupid math or something like that. He's like, yo, if I could do
Oh yeah, I heard him say that.
Yeah, such and such amount of pull-ups with both hands, and I'm gonna be able to do such amount of pull-ups with one hand. You know, if I do such amount of pull-ups with this much weight, then I'm gonna be able to do such amount. And that's how I used to train, bro.
Me and Khalid was talking about that, and like with the one-arm pull-ups or whatever. And it was like, bro, it just don't translate. I don't care if you could do 100-pound pull-ups and you can rep them out. That journey do not translate to doing a one-arm pull-up.
I think it does.
Bro, I don't know.
I think it does because when I started hitting 40, 50 clips, 60 clips, I never trained one-arm pull-ups. I never had a day where I'm just like, yeah, it's just one day I tried it and I was like, wow, I got a one-arm pull-up. Then I tried again and now I can probably bust out 1, 3, 4 one-arm pull-ups with one hand. I never really tried with the other hand too much, but definitely, I don't know. It might not translate for everybody. Definitely looks like Most Def, just darker. Yeah, that weight be slowing my skills down. That's a fact. Laugh out loud. That's why they said I'm talking about Most Buff. Yeah, no free. I was just talking to a guy outside, young guy.
Somebody say you definitely look like Most Def.
Yeah, a lot of them. Calisthenics is about the nervous system firing in the right way, just as much as it is about strength. That's correct. I was talking to Duke the other day, and he started to go in. Yeah, because the neural system, the CNS, and he started going in. But that mind muscle control is definitely key to a lot of movements. Sometimes you might have the strength, you might have the flexibility and the ability to do a move, but if you don't know how to use or activate that muscle doing that move, you won't get it. Just like front lever, bro. I'm telling you, you gotta really squeeze certain muscles and lock this and do to and once you figure it out, you realize you were strong enough to do that all the time. I'm 5'8", and I've been between 180 and 200. I used to be 160, 165 my entire life until my children came along. It doesn't look bad at all, though. Well, yeah, it depends. 158, and I've been between 180 and 200.
Depends.
Yeah, everybody carries the weight different. 5'8" at 180 and 200. That's a lot of weight for that height. According to the chart, they're gonna say you obese.
Yeah.
They're gonna say
it's like when Broly tried to say Akeem Supreme is
yeah, nah, he wildin'. Right. Alright, pause. You thought Chef G was locked up. Okay. Yeah, he right here.
Wait, I know he's not calling me Chef G. That's crazy.
Yo, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo, bro.
Bro, Chef G got about 150 pounds or so on me.
Yeah, Chef G is a heavyweight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, what's good, my dude? Stocky like a R&B run back. Like a running back. Pause. Nah, that's a fact. So you said you used to be 160 to 165 my entire life until my children came along. Okay, so what happened, bro? You stopped training once your kids came through? Or like, what was that situation? Yep, my muscle connection is real. They did a study where people just sit still and imagine doing a move and they actually will improve on that move. Wow. Once I get to the weight off, how do I keep it off? The same way you got it off. More than likely, you slow down on your food intake, right? You're not eating as much calories. You was probably working out, doing some cardio, and you got to just keep that up. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it up. What my man Fitness at the Felony said, the dudes in Europe cracked the code. Short reps, high frequency for long sessions. Thousands of reps.
Yeah, they be doing thousands of reps.
Bro. Short reps, high frequency, bro, that works.
Yeah, they be doing five reps.
I'm not gonna lie.
And they'll do that joint for 2 hours straight.
I'm not gonna lie. I do a set like that, 3 reps, I go, you go, 3 reps of pull-ups, 100 sets. Pain.
Yeah,
pain. David Blaine, that is correct. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that translates to unbroken sets. And that's the problem, or high repetitions in one clip.
Yeah, just the short, like the recovery becomes way better than everybody else. But it doesn't translate to those bigger clips.
Those bigger clips is the tough part. Stop training once the kids came along. I gotta get back on my ripstick. The joint build that inner strength. That's a fact. The ripstick is real. Once you just stick to real foods and not fast foods, it's easy to lose and maintain weight. I don't think so. I seen vegans.
Yeah, be fat, because calories is calories, whether it's good or not. I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat healthy, of course, but calories is calories. If you're overeating, and you
overeat, my brother. Yeah, and if you have a slow metabolism and you're not doing any movement, that's why I tell people the diet is number one for those that don't, for the non-ectomorphs and the non-mesomorphs. If you like meso-endo, you know what I mean? No, we didn't miss no salat today. The last prayer was at 6:45. It's 9:19 now. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I was like, what are you talking about, salad?
Oh, you're an endo-mesomorph. Okay, that's not bad. Endo meaning that it's easy for you to gain weight and hard for you to lose it. A mesomorph is more athletically, built, easy to gain muscle. So if you're endo-meso, it's not bad. That means that you have potential to be, diesel. But you also got to be careful what you're eating, like you said, because you will get fat. Bro, it had me feeling like I can fold a dime. Or you talking about the mind-muscle connection? Yeah, calisthenics is definitely not dead. But I would say during my era, quote unquote, or when I first started, it wasn't, bro, Good Money couldn't find calisthenic athletes in New York.
Yeah, which is wild.
Nobody would go on That's Good Money channel. At that time he had,
but now everybody wants to be up there.
He had 70,000 subscribers.
They can do 4 push-ups, they want to go on Good Money.
He was getting million view videos back then, but no, once he met me, I'm telling you.
That's when he said he needed another one of you.
Yeah, I remember that. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever found like another one of me after that. He had some people that was consistent.
Yeah, for that time period, and then.
But nobody that was consistent and blow the page up. I mean, what he did in Maryland was pretty good, but that wasn't just like wannabe. That was a.
But I think, yeah, that was
a whole mile. But what I did with Good Money was history, was legendary. To the point where people thought Good Money channel was my channel.
You know, I try to tell Good Money about him doing more, and I'm not saying like, you know, it in a bad way, but I've told him before about how there's a lot of things that he could be doing in terms of his platform, and also being able to like go places. So it took him all of these years to actually finally go to the DMV. You know, I'm like, you know, you go host competitions, battles, and stuff like that.
He used to be all over the place, but he just got.
But that's what I'm saying. It kind of like, but
Chris Harriet competitions, Miami, go in the.
But that was before he was. That's Good Money. Now it would be so much better because he's That's Good Money now. You know what I mean? So I just think that kind of like when it comes to doing that, I just feel like he was just a little bit too late when it comes to that. You know, just like with the TikTok, the Instagram,
which is good.
You know, it was like he just took a long time to get, you know, TikTok, Instagram. I was like, come on, bro, you know. But sometimes it happens, you know.
He almost lost. He you know, a lot of people get left, like Kodak, all of these companies, Kodak, the people. Oh no, we're not going digital. We're going to do. And then you get jammed up. You don't, if you don't change with the time, you will, like right now. A lot of these athletes, they're never going to start streaming.
Yeah.
But streaming is the new thing, right? But it's been the new thing, but we're getting on it in time, Lil Freaky. How many times a week are you guys doing sets? I do maybe 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more or less. How can I accomplish a muscle up with no experience? I'm 5'10", 300 pounds. Bro,
300 pounds.
You got to start losing some weight, one. And if you got no experience, you got to gain experience by practicing. But I wouldn't say go for the muscle up or, you know, or even go for the pull up if you can. You got to take steps, bro. Babies don't come out the womb and start talking. They start practicing. They don't start crawling. They start practicing crawling. Moving their legs, moving their hands, keeping their head up first. Everything starts with baby steps. I mean, as a newbie, you get newbie gains sometimes, right? Which you start to progress faster than a person that's been in it for a little longer, no freaky. So I would say just relax, relate, release. What's your thoughts on David Goggins? Shout out to David Goggins. His work ethic is impeccable. I think he's a savage. I see a lot of heavyweights doing calisthenics, but just don't like all that extra weight. The littlest I've ever been was 160 to 175, but I feel like 185 would be just fine for me. Well, get to 185.
That's what's that? 115 pounds that you got to lose, or something like that. You said it was like 300 pounds or something.
Yeah, but this is another person.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the same person.
Yeah, but 185 will be just fine. I would say get to 185. If you don't see that 6-pack, big back, I would say lose some more weight. Look the part too. The only dude doing 70 to 80 pull-ups, rep range in 100 and 150 push-ups, 100 dips. Range in the U.S. is probably limitless. Not true.
Not true at all.
Excuse me. Just in the fluidity in how they rep is from the frequency of doing small, perfect reps. I just seen Baki Ana bi khair, alhamdulillah. Abu Abdullah, we doing fine. I would say Baki, I just seen him do, I think, 40 pull-ups fast. Then he did 10 2-second dead stop, which is 50. And then right from there, he got to the floor, tapped his phone, and did 100 push-ups unbroken. But he had on selling on the bar shorts, so I think the shorts did help out. So we're gonna put those on the site soon. He did it and sell it on the bar shorts. Go to the next questions. Excuse me, y'all. Scroll up. Go up. Alright, right there. No freaky. I see a lot of heavyweights. Alright, boom. Bro, I used to be at Wingate. And we were deep at one point, no freaky. This years ago though. Yeah, Wingate was lit. Wingate, I'm not gonna lie, Wingate was the place to be. I've been to Wingate multiple occasions back in the day when UFL was still rocking, when it was UFL and throwing competitions and bar brawls. Obviously I did a bar brawl in Wingate, so it was lit. Sleep from 9 to 5 is the key in pitch darkness, so you can enter REM sleep. Recovery is overlooked. Also 3 to 5 eggs for dinner gonna help you produce testosterone while you sleep. Word Time News Live. I was just talking about the 5 steps on how to build muscle or maintain muscle in your 40s, and one of those obviously was 8 hours of sleep.
I had to go pull up the video he's talking about with Rocky. That is crazy.
Yeah, count if he did 40 pull-ups or not. And then did the 10, or did he count the 40 within the 10 dead stop? So if it was 30 and 10.
In the caption it says just 40 pull-ups plus 10 2-second dead stop pull-ups. 100 push-ups unbroken. 1, 2.
That's what I'm saying. Plus
5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, it says your calories or everything, but fast food is high fat, and fat is very calorie dense, so you can't eat as much and get hungry. Whole foods with low moderate fat, you can eat more in the same calories. Yeah, definitely agreed.
He did 40.
He did 40? Yeah, so that's
1, 2.
That's 50 pull-ups unbroken. I'm gonna try that set. The 100 push-ups though, that's out. That's out. I ain't getting 100 push-ups unbroken. Especially not after that. I could barely get 100 push-ups unbroken fresh. Let me get the... Okay. I think you went with... Wingate and Lincoln Terrace was our go-to. Social media wasn't even popping like that yet. Salute. Tactical precision training. Wingate and Lincoln Terrace. Agreed. Lincoln Terrace was my go-to. I think at one time, bro, Lincoln Terrace was like, I told you it was going to be the new era beast mode. Team Rip Wright was about to be the new era beast mode. I told you, me and Beast were collaborating to put out some content and coining Rip Wright being the new era beast mode. Because we stayed in Lincoln Terrace and we kept Lincoln Terrace jumping when Simi wasn't even in there. I think he had shot out somewhere, right? Didn't he go to Atlanta or something? Bro, we had Lincoln Terrace jumping, live meetups on crazy content creations, workouts. I'm talking about on a daily basis. Push-ups, jumping jacks, burpees, definitely. Then burpees, yeah, I think belongs to it. Is another monster. Brother, I live in Iraq and I had diabetes for 3 years. Right now, I want to thank you because you always motivate me to sport and stay fit and healthy. Alhamdulillah. Yo, much love, brother. I'm glad I'm able to help in that journey. Right now, I'm fried ice cream. You see my Allergies is flaring up. Yeah, man, keep it up, bro. I hope your journey with that diabetes, you know, I'm not. Can you get rid of diabetes?
No, I don't think so. But I think you kind of get
in check.
Yeah, in check, but I don't think you can really get rid of it.
Yeah, I hope you have it in check, get it in check, and keep it in check until, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls you back and it's not a hardship on you. I mean, hey, yo, I've been doing calisthenics for a little minute now, that with some weightlifting. Hey, God's work. Yeah, salute, bro. I think mixing calisthenics and weightlifting is on a whole nother monster. Whole nother level. I think we ain't gonna lose battery power, right?
No, I'm good.
I think if you can do both, it's a game changer, especially with what it's gonna do for your calisthenic skills. I've seen people that do it and I've seen them excel, but for me personally, I just don't have the time. I would love to.
Yeah, 44%.
Okay. Wartime Live News. Buy $25 exercise bands and start working out consistently at home first. Yeah, or the ripstick. You don't need the bands. You can get to the ripstick.
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah. You ain't gonna lose with that. I'm 5'10", 205 pounds. What's the best way to lose weight? I tried just eating once a day, but it was hard to maintain because I was always hungry. That's the problem. You have to train yourself to survive, to be hungry, going to sleep hungry, waking up hungry. It's nothing wrong with being hungry. If you can't discipline yourself with what you eat and how much you eat, then that's a problem. That's a problem. Sometimes, bro, you just gotta be hungry. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be hungry. Or you gotta find some kind of supplement that you can eat and take that's gonna curb those urges, because you have to get to a point where your stomach shrinks and you don't feel that hunger like you used to. And then if you're just eating once a day, sometimes that's not good for some people, because what happens is they were only eating 3,500 calories a day, but now because they only eating once a day,
they're eating 4,000 calories a day.
Or 6,000, because they like, yo, this is my first and last time I'm gonna eat for another 50 hours. So they wild out and their bowls is overflowing. You know, like my baby. You know, they get their Ramadan on and they act, you know, that's why he's laughing.
Nah, that's crazy. Nah, I don't be eating like that though, Ramadan.
Okay, yeah, but you get silly. Y'all familiar with Doctor of Calisthenics? You mean Director of Calisthenics, DOC? I don't know Doctor of Calisthenics. That's somebody else, but I know Director of Calisthenics on Doc from Wingate. Yeah, familiar with Doc. I did an interview with Doc. Me and Doc lightweight beefing right now. Doc ain't jacking.
Tanzania.
Yeah, we got a lot of people that's popping up on Twitch. Not a lot, but I'm just saying.
A few. And Facebook too.
Yeah, from different countries. D300 been training for decades. Agreed. Yeah, he been around the block. Your calories, you gotta track your calories. Keep it at an 1,800 calorie workout 2 to 3 days a week, and try to walk 10,000 steps a day. I wouldn't say that's a lot, 10,000 steps. Some people don't have the time. But if you keep your calories in check and work out 2 to 3 times a week, I think you can pull it off. I went from 240 to 180 to 170 is my goal. The last 10 pounds are the toughest, but it's okay. That's me. That mean you gotta switch it up. It's still legit worth the hype. I've been hearing a lot about Shilajit, and I've actually got some Shilajit gummies right now, and I'm testing them out, seeing if they help with vitality as well as energy. I've used the Shilajit pills one time, But my issue is sometimes, you know, you gotta take these things on a daily basis to actually see the benefit. So I can't stamp it as of yet. You know, as of yet. But I'll let you know. I felt a little energetic taking them Shilajit gummies. Were you doing burpees when you were locked up, Rip? Or so you started doing them at the city park? Yes, I learned about burpees in the feds. So when I was in state prison, we didn't know nothing about burpees. But when I got to the feds, and I was doing my burpees, like jump down and put one foot out and the next foot out, and dudes was just like teaching me like, no, this is how you do a burpee. And it was like, say 30 something cell doors on the top, and we would go one cell door, one burpee, next cell door, 2 burpees, and walk the whole tier, you know, doing burpees. Salute. Good to see one of the shore's finest ballers doing it big. Much love, good brother. Yo, Base B, who am I speaking to? Because if you know I was in the South Shore playing basketball, you definitely know me. Drink a lemonade with a tiny pinch of salt and cayenne pepper, gonna work as a tonic and produce digestive acid. Smoking some kush gonna open the appetite too. Yo, bro. Yo. World Time News Live. Get your butt out of here. Ain't nobody got no time to be smoking no kush. You gotta stay alert. Some people talk about, oh, that weed keep me alert. But I don't know. When I used to smoke, that'll protect me from ever. And I don't say used to smoke, but I've tried it. It wasn't ever my thing. Liquor, alcohol, I was always like a sober cat. But you know, every time I'm around my guys, yo, just take one. Yo,
I don't know why you pointing at me.
Take one. Yo, take one. And then sometimes when I'll be like, all right, man. Then like 7 months, I ain't one pour, and I was in Afghanistan. Yo, bro, paranoid, like, yo, why I did it. You know, and that would happen to me every 10, 12 months. Yo, Rip, what percent of calisthenic athletes are truly natural and don't take supplements, creatine, protein, BCAAs? I don't know, bro.
Let me ask you this, because I was going to ask.
That's major, and I just got some protein, and I haven't used it yet. Not BCAAs, because when I first came out, I tried some plant-based protein, BCAAs, but I haven't really, bro. Yeah, bro, it's probably, I don't know, it might be like just fitness influencers and fitness people in general. Might be 1% that's not taking nothing. Allah knows best. I can't count those numbers, but everybody I know got some kind of whey protein, this protein, creatine, that. I've never taken creatine in my whole life. I thought creatine was like bad, but they used to sell it in jail. Might as well buy a Miss Wax stick too. What is he talking about?
I guess when we was talking about somebody buying a lipstick.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah.
So what I was gonna ask you is, you think how many athletes do you think, like, matter of fact, I'll just ask you this way. If you had to put a team together, right, of 5 athletes from the US to go on a quote unquote, you know, battle tour, whatever it is, overseas, right? You know, hypothetically speaking, like, who would you put on that team? Like
from the US?
Yeah, and you can't put yourself.
Yeah, I'm not putting myself. I don't think I'm prepared. I would choose a Baki. I would choose a Khalid. I would choose I would definitely choose a Zeth. In his late 40s, real rap. Possibly a Jordan. Definitely because the type of
Baki, Khalid, Zeph,
and Jordan, the type of reps that even Jordan is doing now.
Yeah, but listen,
it's still when I say, obviously it wasn't good for selling on the bars with the little, but those are good overseas. You know what I mean? We had a different standard here. We was wilding out. Even a Matt,
Okay, I was about to bring.
Hoodie J.
I was just about to say, put some respect on Hoodie J's name, man. He was out there repping. He was working.
I think that Matt and the Hoodie J, like I like Matt, you know what I mean, and Hoodie J, like I think they tough.
What about Drake? And I'm not talking about the rapper, y'all.
Drake. Nah, Drake ain't ready.
Drake. I think he's got to get his reps a little quicker.
Yeah, Drake. Yeah, Drake. I seen him on Alhamdulillah. I seen him on the 10-10-10. It said, "Hey Rick, thanks to your pull-up tips, I hit 20 pull-ups in a row. God bless you. Much love, bro." Yeah, I had the 9 pull-up hacks. Check that out on my YouTube. I think it's on my on one of my playlists, tutorial playlists. You take any grass-fed protein shakes or creatine, fish oil, or joint supplements? No, bro. I've been promoting Goldie gummies. I just got some Shilajit gummies from TikTok. I just got some whey protein that I'm gonna test out. I think it's long overdue for me to start shooting up. You know what I mean? Because everybody else is shooting up, and I'm the only one playing fair.
Nah, you should. Are we gonna look what somebody said right here?
Hold on, don't skip.
Nah, I'm not gonna skip, but he said that Zam supplement.
Yeah, right. It says stay off the weed, Stephen A. Smith voice. Not for real. La La Land, my boy wanted to sleep. Nah, facts. Not even protein. That's wild. Word. Rip, what's good, brother? Julian, salute. Creatine is great and no downside. It pushes more water into your muscles and it's good for the brain too. I didn't know that. I didn't know creatine was good. I was actually going to go through a company and get like this creatine BCAA kind of mix. I was going to get a testosterone booster, all natural. It was going to have some Shilajit in it. And some whey protein. The name of the company, I'll tell y'all about it later. Obviously, they had Rip in it. And then I found out later my man was using creatine, not this dude, but my other man, and he was explaining, no, creatine does this, and I didn't know that. I was like, word, and I was like, yo, dude used to use it, but I was against all of that stuff, you know. But now it's time to start.
He's 40, bruh.
Yeah. Rip Right is one that Zam supplement. Yeah, salute. Your 5 was Baki, Soul, Supreme, Zeph, Master Shredder, Broly. Master Shredder is not ready, bro. I'm telling you.
Not at all.
Master Shredder is not ready. He's not. Soul, not ready. Not ready for these guys overseas. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Soul is more on the heavier side.
No, but we can't use that as an excuse because all the dudes that's heavy, like around the same weight as him, 200 plus,
yeah,
they all doing
they nasty work. But that's what I'm saying. But for Soul right now, he would have to get some clean, like when he's fatigued. Yeah, and you would have to get his endurance up to like, because these dudes is repping with Baki, and they like soul weight. So it's just like another monster. And you gotta remember, Soul, he's doing weights as well, but I don't know if he's probably doing more calisthenics. But it's just like them dudes is different. You know, they doing slow weighted muscle up at 45. I don't know what's up with them cats over there.
What about Broly? What you think about Broly?
I think Broly has definitely the potential.
I think so too. I think the potential, but I think that it just takes some kind of dedicated training. And I'm not saying that he's not training, but it just takes some dedicated training
and more of the locking out and the dead stops.
That's what I'm talking about. I think he has the goal to be able to do all of that, but I just think that he just needs a little bit more specific training when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, the same. Creatine sounded like something crazy when I first heard about it. Yeah, I was like, creatine? It just sounded like you're about to take this needle out, lift up your shorts, no freaky, and go and it's jagger needling you. Like, yo, bro. I used to be like, nah, creatine, why? And they used to sell it in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
in the feds, not the state though.
state.
Oh, state too?
Yeah, I don't know if they used to sell it in the feds. I don't remember them selling creatine, but I remember watch me work in another year.
Potential.
Another year. He has to switch up his style, a little bit of training, but he definitely got a gas tank, and yeah, he could get there. His muscle ups is getting superb. Books, no, Shaw Books is not ready. I was saying to go with the Kush. It's lightweight. Shout out Shaw Boogie.
Oh yeah, nah, it wasn't even.
Creatine is good, but our bodies naturally produce it in our liver. You should check your blood every 6 months or so if you're taking it, because it could potentially cause damage, because we gotta filter it through our liver. Yeah, I think with all of that stuff, you gotta be drinking a lot of water. That's why I don't be wanting to deal with no.
I don't mind drinking water. Like I gotta drink a lot of water, but you see, the only thing about it is when people start talking about now you gotta drink a gallon a day and all of that. I don't got time to be at the bathroom every 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Waking up out of my sleep all crazy to go use the bathroom because
I've tried. I never drunk a gallon in one day ever in my life, and I've tried drinking a lot of water. And bro, that when you wake up with a full bladder, not a regular day of waking up.
yeah, it's crazy.
Who's that? My man Haru.
Yeah.
Yo, Haru, what's good, my guy? It's been a minute. Pleasure watching your progress. If that's the same Haru from LA, but even if it's not, salute to my guy. Yeah, but we get these live streams together. Someone gonna clip that out of context and say Rip ain't natural. Yeah, right? The one piece is the Rip right. That's a fact.
They're gonna use that against you.
If you had to restrict your life to 3 workouts, what would it be? Dang. It would probably
3 workouts or 3 exercises. Like
yeah, it's 3 exercises.
Oh, 3 exercises. Well,
I'm gonna tell you burpees, because it's gonna be hard, because then you gotta put squats in there.
I was about to say my answer is pull up, dip, squat. I leave off the push-ups.
Yeah, but
and I don't even like dips, but I know how beneficial dips are. So
I would just leave pull-ups off probably and go to the muscle-ups, because with the muscle-ups you're gonna get a straight bar dip and a pull-up. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I say muscle-ups, squat, burpee, because with the burpee you get the push-up. With the muscle-up you get the pull-up and the dip. And then with the squat, you hit the legs. So if I had to, it would be probably that. Collagen, peptides help with heart tissue and muscle as well. I respect your word on the calisthenics tip. Salute. Chin 718. BK in the house. Respect the truth. What's up, Rip? What's good, Rip? We outside. Assalamu alaikum, brother Islam. When you guys coming through to Claremont, Florida, inshallah, when you do come visit us at Florida Islamic Center. You know, I just see.
Yeah, they on that flyer that you just sent.
Oh yeah,
They on the flyer, yeah.
Yeah, and I just seen. I think a sister visited Florida. Was it Florida? It was one of those. Anyway,
It's like it might be like 2 hours ish from us.
Yeah. Well, set it up, bro. Hit me up in the DM. Get the crowd out, and we're gonna pop out with our lockout or get clocked out. But just give us some time, or give Gossam some time, because the only way we coming out is at the live stream group. I only trust transparent lab protein powder. It's the cleanest one I know of without those wild ingredients I can't pronounce. If you know, you know. I don't know. Transparent lab protein, yeah. Keep me on that. Laugh out loud. Islam's smart.
Yeah, because he trying to cheat. He trying to use the. I mean, it's not really cheating, but it's. He was definitely overthinking this way more than I was when it comes to the muscle up and the burpee.
Because bro, pull-ups. I love pull-ups more than muscle-ups.
Yeah, because I feel like pull-ups is a better exercise than muscle-ups.
Pull-ups is, but yeah, when you knock that muscle up out, you get that dip. When you knock that burpee out, you get that push-up. When you knock that squat out,
so if you're doing a muscle up, right? Okay, it has a dip involved in it, right? But we not talking about like straight bar dips.
But still,
because I feel like that kind of, when you start doing straight bar dips, it kind of goes into another exercise. It's like when you're doing burpees. If I do one burpee, like a 20 pump, it's like it kind of becomes a little more of the push-up than the burpee part of it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is a burpee, you don't have to do let's just say burpee.
I know you could do the burpee without the push-up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying burpee, like a burpee push-up.
Okay.
You can't rep out.
Okay, so you're just saying just one rep.
Yeah, okay. It's still good.
So, but with the muscle up, that joint barely really hits unless you...
No, then you just do a slow muscle up.
Yeah, he definitely...
You do a slow muscle up, you get the good form, you get isometrics.
Nah,
he's getting the straight bar dip.
My man is gonna go for 20 slow muscle ups unbroken.
Yeah. So you getting it all.
You said I'm gonna maximize with these
Calisthenics trip one day.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Jazakallah khair. We did a calisthenic umrah already.
Yeah, that was last year, actually around the same time, November 2024.
Yeah, 94, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, that's definitely a smart answer. You got to think about it. This dude, because I don't great work.
Okay, now normally he says I be overthinking and over-explaining.
I didn't overthink.
I just became a scientist and said, nah, 3 exercises for the rest of my life.
That was like 3 exercises. And then I take long. I was on the chessboard. That's like me and wifey playing chess. Bro, we still on one game. It's been 5 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now she got me in a jam. And I'm like, yo, I gotta stop. I'm like, yo, listen. It don't take you 3 hours. I gotta figure out all of the possibilities. And I'm like, you know what? Because we're on the phone with it. I'm like, but now I'm staring at my phone for 5 to 10 minutes before you make a move. Well, do something else. By the time I do something else, now I gotta evaluate. So what happened now? She got me in a pickle. So right when she said that, once she made her move to get me in a pickle, I just dropped the phone. I dropped the phone, and I got on my computer. And I had her there, probably staring at her phone till she called me. Yo, what you doing? Yo, I'm on the thing, and I left that shit. I'm not about to take another move because she's about to take my rook, and then once I take her rook, she's gonna get my queen. I'm never gonna finish that game because she took 4 days to make moves. Now that's punishment. That's it. This is our first chess game too. So I gotta actually buy a chessboard so we can do this. So I could be your move, hit the clock, because all that, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you was gonna say something like you went on ChatGPT and was asking what's the move to make.
And it's possible. How is warehouse business, bro? Give some advice for people starting out. Obviously the warehouse is on the property. It's difficult, bro. Running a business is difficult. Bottom line, like, it's not no easy task. You got to be on top of everything when it comes to business. Just email marketing, hiring the right people, vetting people to get into you just doing sales. Black Friday coming up, this holiday, that holiday. Just when you are also working in the business and not working on the business. I'm still working in my business. It's difficult.
Yo, people is fun.
Do you know who Yellow Dude is? He is another calisthenic guy. No, I'm not familiar with Yellow Dude. Or y'all two lovers? Udu billahi min ash-shaytanir rajim. We both are married men and masculine.
Facts.
And we ain't with, bro. I did too much time in the can. Talk to them on the low, down low. Alhamdulillah, brother Rick, much love.
This is the one I was laughing at. This one right here. Who do you give credit for?
Why would you even mention Gumby?
Channel? Is it Gumby or That's Good Money?
I did 50 videos with it. That's good money.
Gumby could smoke you and push us? Yeah, you trolling.
No, he can't.
You trolling. You trolling.
What's easier, running a business or multiple wives?
Listen.
Sheesh. I would say multiple wives is definitely easier than running a business, and I've done that.
It's multiple different personalities. It's like saying, can you run multiple businesses easier than, you know what I mean, having one wife? It's flip the opposite. It's just, I feel like they kind of one and the same, meaning they're comparable.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to move. You gotta know how to really move, and you have to have serious discipline, and you can't be lacking, bro. I remember at one time I was going from Jersey to Brooklyn because one wife was in Brooklyn and one wife was in Jersey. One mistake was obviously having them that far apart, but that was the circumstances at the time with my financial situation as well. And also I was doing like 3 nights, and then the last morning I would go over here and I would do 3 nights, and then the 3 days, and then the last night I would come back. So I think it's always good to do one day here or one day there, but because of the circumstance and the distance, I was doing multiple days. It's not good to leave one wife for more than a day. I don't think it's good. And when you have multiple wives, I think you should be one. And if you can see both of them in the same day, for example, if they might work or if they don't, or if they're at home, just being this is this wife's night, but you also seen that one earlier that morning. And I'm not talking about running down and busting some juice. I'm just saying, just seeing your wife. That's it. You know what I mean? Which is good. But if you do get busy, you get busy as well. But I'm just saying, it's always good, because one of the two biggest factors when it comes to multiple wives is time and money. Time and money. How old was I when I did my first one-handed pull-up?
36, 37?
Yeah, gotta be like...
Yeah, like 36, 37, somewhere.
Yeah, I tried it and got it done. How many heavyweights you guys have in your team?
Okay, what's classified as a heavyweight?
Is it 185?
Oh.
No, that's maybe a light heavyweight.
I mean, in calisthenics terms, because in boxing, that's mad heavy in weight.
185?
Yeah, I mean... It's not heavyweight, but it's definitely a lot of weight.
I don't think we have any. I know Said is still definitely on the team, right? Said got his own thing going on, but Said is not even 200.
Yeah, he's like 190, I think.
Right now, I think.
How much Josh weigh? Like 190?
Yeah, 185.
Yeah, 185.
We don't got no heavyweights that I can recollect right now on Team Rip Rap.
The average weight is probably around 170.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, them boys in Houston, Spec and them, they got some heavyweights on their squad.
Yeah, like 250? It's crazy.
A few of them though.
Tank is 250.
Yeah, not one, not two. They probably got like 4 to 5 big boys, no freaky. And yeah, That's Good Money blew up my channel when it comes to YouTube. But not only that, I also blew up Good Money's channel. He was getting millions of views. He was at around 70,000 subscribers. But, bro, I had multiple million view videos. Once I got with Golden Arms, History, Legendary. That was my bar twin at the time. We went crazy. Good Money will tell you, yo, when we got together, we was the devilish duo. he helped me major, and I also helped him major. When it comes to finances, how much he was making off of the videos that were being produced with me is undeniable.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Tens of thousands, bro. Yeah, he was cooking. 280 question mark 250 OMG. Yeah, he got some heavyweights over there with Spec Nasty. I seen one dude just now. They was calling him. I forgot his name. A new guy. I don't know if he's new or not, but it was just a video I seen with Spec Nasty. Another heavyweight. He had dreads, but shoot. Yeah. So right now we're going to Denver, Colorado. Coming up, we gotta go to Cali. January 10th and 11th. Our booth at the LA Expo is going to be 423 by the wellness zone, the training and wellness zone. We're going to be on stage. We're going to hold a calisthenic competition. Free Palestine, free Sudan. Indeed. Allah have mercy on our Muslim brothers and sisters there. I mean, and just the non-Muslims who also are being oppressed. Just people who are being oppressed in general.
Everywhere. Even like the video we just watched in Tampa.
Yeah, that was nasty work. A lot of people was talking about they should have did this, and then my man Bilal spoke on it. He was like, yo, you gotta know where you at. He was like, yo, they draw you out just so they could gun you down. You think them white guys that was trolling the Muslims, they wasn't strapped? Bro, they were strapped to the gills, and they was waiting for a stand your ground to cook. I'm telling you. So you gotta be smart. You gotta be strapped too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm listen all off of them, but I don't know if a dude spitting in front of me and all in my face, and
we would have went to heaven.
I mean, listen,
we need you on a solid buzzer platform, the one path to get your full story out. One path, yeah. I gotta talk to the bro Dean show. See what's up with him, bro. I'm 270. I can do like 40 good push-ups in a row. That's impressive. While I'm off work, gotta drive in the snow. Nice chatting with y'all. Much love from Michigan again. Salute, Paco. Yes, keep in touch, bro, and see if you can set something up, man. Get us in Michigan. See what's the verb. Be safe. What are your thoughts on gym culture and Muslim men going to mixed gyms?
Gym cultures, I think that's kind of wild because gym culture entails a lot of different things. The short shorts and the music and the showing other men your legs and what your body looks like and all kind of weird stuff. I don't know if that necessarily includes steroids. I'm not gonna say that, but still, all of that kind of stuff to me is crazy. But when it comes to going to mixed gyms, I'm not really,
bro. Just going to a gym that's not a mixed gym, you might see a dude.
Yeah,
it's
right.
An all male gym.
Yeah, because even you go in a locker room in these spots or whatever it is, it's supposed to be all men
pants.
And he got no clothes on, no drawers on, nothing.
Yeah, we done seen dude just pop out with his lock out. Pop out with his sock out, like, bro, pants down to his ankles.
Yeah,
bro.
Standing next to you like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, with literally spandex Speedos on.
Or none at all.
Flexing his leg in the mirror. Like selfie. It's like, dude, and then you got the calisthenic dudes is doing that now. Like,
that's because they let the internet kind of get to them and tell them, yo, you look like this, your leg is this. And I think it was kind of started with COVID when all the bodybuilders came to calisthenics. Facts.
Prime Golden Arm versus Prime Hakeem. I'm going with Golden Arms.
Word?
I seen Golden Arms do the barbarian requirements. bro. I seen him do like 100 pull-ups in 5 minutes. Golden Arms was a different, but I can't really say I seen Prime Hakeem. So you know, I can. And remember, Golden Arms just was a savage. But it depends. I think it depends because Hakeem was in Prime Hakeem. I don't know if he can consider himself prime now because he's older. But men don't hit full strength until 40, so Hakeem still has room to get even better. But when he was lighter weight, I don't know what he was doing. But if you say Golden Arms when I met him and then Hakeem now, bro, I think Golden Arms, depending on the situation, Golden Arms had muscle endurance. He was tough. I did shoot the 10s with Golden Arms. Meaning,
yeah, but how many sets?
Like 20.
Oh, I was gonna say it's gotta be, of course, at least 10. So I'm like, all right. So how far did y'all go after 10?
Bro, but we wasn't just shooting the 10. We were shooting the 10 with different 10 wide, 10 wide, 10 underhand, 10 underhand. Bro, I had to do some different variation just to get him the damn near break. Golden Arm was a savage on the low. Across the city, slick y'all thought about trying security for people. No, we wouldn't. We don't have time to be sitting around. Oh, y'all thought about training security for people? No, we never thought of that. But I mean, any type of training I do with anybody would have to be a group training. I can't be training people individually. I don't have the time for it.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't make sense.
I never understood why men like to show other men their legs. It's weird when I see dudes comment on other dudes like, don't skip leg day. Bro, why are you worried about the next man's legs? Facts.
That's a fact. You know, for me, it's always been like this. If somebody has something to say about your legs, obviously that's weird. But the fact that you go and show them your legs, to me, is even crazier.
Yeah.
I feel like that's wild. It never made any sense to me. But, you know, to each his own. And I feel like, you know, the other thing, too, is there's many people, let's just say, you know, if you see this one dude for some reason you like his biceps, right? And I don't mean that in no freaky, right? No funny, you know? But you might say, oh damn, he got a crazy bicep routine, right? So you follow him for that, but you're like, yeah, but his shoulders is mad small. Okay, fine. Now you follow the next dude and he got a crazy chest. And you're like, oh damn, like, alright, let me find out his chest workout. But his arms is small, so my thing is, why, if you want to find somebody who quote unquote has big legs or does these crazy 600, 700 pound squats, there's someone out there for that, right? But this dude might do 100 clip on pull-ups. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why you feel like, you know, bro, 9 times out of 10 the people be commenting, they can't do nothing that, you know, they commenting about anyway. But I'm showing another man your legs on command is crazy.
Yeah, that's nasty. Yeah, BVO4524. I would love to interview you for my YouTube channel. Yeah, bro, we could probably set it up, man. I got that's a few people that's been asking me for interviews. It's just like my time has been crazy. Trying to stay on top of these lives, you know, Freaky is just work in itself. Maybe hit me up. We could work
about to throw a shot or something.
May Allah preserve you, Aki Kareem. Love from South India, Tamil Nadu. Much love, Aki. I mean, Wayak. I love you for the sake of Allah. May the one you love me for love you. I mean, facts. Chin 718. Yeah, ain't nobody got no time to be worried about legs. Like, y'all would never get to see my legs. Because one, this haram in this slap. I can't show anything in between my belly button and my knees. Am I ashamed of my legs? No. If I could show my legs, would I? More than likely not. I just don't think it's more like on the feminine side. But yeah, sometimes people do it obviously because they want to prove a point. But just consistently, just.
What about them dudes who be like, they be wearing them shorts and they like be rolling them up, like,
yeah, when you start
to make them even shorter.
When you start getting into that, it's a little different of saying, no, you know, my legs are shredded, boom. But opposed to you about to take a picture. I used to take pictures with guys, and right when I was about to take a picture with them, the first thing they do is pull their shorts up into their crotch.
I can't remember who was it that had the picture. Man, I can't. It was one of the influencers. I don't know who it was, but they pulled their pants down.
Yes.
Remember, they pulled their pants down for their picture. I think it was like a thumbnail or something.
Yes, a few, bro. I seen a joint on Good Money. He started from the pants was down on my knees,
yeah,
and he was going up, bro.
Yeah, he was like, you know how Good Money be doing with the start at the floor.
Yo, what's going on? What's it saying? Yo, bro, I just
nah, that's crazy.
That is a little bit too much, and it has nothing to do if you know. And some of the dudes that show their legs is not even like, bro, literally, you know, like as you see my upper body, yo, I do legs 2-3 times, bro, and you gonna see the quad, this part, the cut. Most of these dudes ain't even choppy like that on the legs. They just quick to. It's like wow to me. You just it's nasty work. But at the end of the day, to each his own. I just think it's something wrong, definitely with gym culture, with showing men showing the legs, with obviously the women being naked, just like society in general.
Yeah, it's messed up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're comfortable with wearing a bikini, but not comfortable with somebody seeing you in a bra and panties, right?
Yeah, that's wild. Don't make no sense. The same thing. Whoever came up with that, wicked.
Yeah, but if you at the beach, it's good. But if you at your crib, it's not good.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can't answer your front door like that, but you'll walk the beach, post the pictures, post the videos, and even dress your kids up like that. It's like when I used to work downtown in Manhattan. It was like I never could understand how men, not saying that it would be okay if, you know, if it was women with their daughters, but men would go shopping with their daughters in these stores, and they have the shortest of shorts and clothes and whatever it is, and they revealing clothes. And I'm like, yo, there's like men and like that are taking their daughters to dress like this, buying them clothes like this. Like, it's not even like their daughters are older, you know, and they're buying these clothes, and you know what I mean, you kind of disapprove. Nah, we talking about 10-year-old little girls. And
I think my nieces is, how old is my twin nieces? Maybe 20, 21.
I don't know. They're probably like 22 now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
When I come through, I'm at my mom's crib, pull up, they like, oh Matthew there? Hold on. Like, you know, don't be coming through looking like a stripper. I don't care if you're in the house or not. You got my nephew that's there. He's 20-something years old.
Yeah, he's like, what, 24, 23?
Yes, that's a proper kind of had to have, you know what I'm saying? And trust me, guys, it's nasty work. I deal with that on a day-to-day, only if y'all know. Just trying to get people mind right when it comes to how they move around. Like it's just a struggle. Creatine is good, natural food. Alright, mostly the leg thing I think is hate coming out. No freaky. They usually hate you because you got good aesthetics of a body and they only got one shot they can throw at you. Look at his legs. He ain't got none. Usually jealous because they ain't shredded. Yo, Montana Sky, what up, bro? Salute. Twitch. That's Twitch?
Twitch, and this is Facebook.
Okay, yo, salute to Twitch. But this live is from where?
What do you mean? This is a multiple.
This is just multiple?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Facebook and Twitch. This is Facebook and Twitch. And then obviously this is Selling the Bars right here. And then this is Rip Right HD right here.
Yo, much love, Rip. I did some push-ups, bro. Yeah, bro, it's definitely difficult with that culture. They feel liberated. The women they see. How is that liberation?
Nah, listen, that's crazy. That don't make sense when you really think about it. You got billboards in Times Square where women will be up there posing with basically no clothes on, but then, you know, like I said, you know, they be in the comfort of their own home, and you know, they be like, oh, like I'm about to, you know what I mean? It don't make sense. Oh, I'm about to change, but it's like, yo,
It's the same thing with makeup.
Yeah,
You're doing all this makeup and dressing up, but you're in the crib looking like,
yeah, who did it?
like, yeah, subhanallah. That's when you're supposed to be getting right for your man.
Nah, it's the opposite. They look good for Instagram and terrible for their husbands. But to each his own, man. So I just, you know, just thank Allah for Islam, because, man, the world these days is crazy. To each his own, but the world these days is crazy. Yeah, the world is crazy. Walaikum salam to the castle from the other male BK.
Yo, salute.
Salute.
Yeah, so we gonna get right. We trying to make some moves. We still busting that play tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right.
Inshallah. Why you having second thoughts?
Nah. We can pull up. That's gonna be a move.
Yeah. Just gotta get this
Live stream.
yeah, I'm working, trying to get this live stream to be what it's supposed to be.
I think if we can run it tomorrow,
We could get everything right.
yeah,
Just moving.
just pop it off. Let's freaking try to do it once we get there.
Alright, that's cool, yeah. Try to, hopefully we go live tomorrow and y'all get to see, you know, what we got going on.
Yeah, because we're gonna try to IRL tomorrow. We're gonna be on the move. Rip right, just the way you move, and your content is solid. I think you're gonna appreciate it. I put it on my skills is good, but we working hard. We sit every day just like everybody else. We just trying to rack up some good deeds in the meantime, in between time.
Tip that scale in the right direction, my brother.
Yeah, trying to stay focused, stay on top of the salah, praying, you know, and keeping it a beat. Yo, but drop down in the comments what kind of content y'all want to see. Like, once we get this IRL off the party, I want to see us in O-Block. Y'all want to see us popping up to Calisthenics parks, calling dudes out, doing on-site battles. Do y'all want to see us hitting different restaurants, testing food? Do you want to see us at amusement parks? Because Florida is still hot, so
Yeah, we got 80 degrees, I think, almost all week. I think today was only like 77, but all week is like 80.
so go-kart. Abdullah Khan. So everything you could think about that you want to see us get into on this live stream, the IRL, let us know. A day in the life of, do you want to see us do an 18-hour stream? I don't know how they do it.
I don't know. Yeah, y'all gonna see us. We're gonna definitely be doing more than just talking on the stream. Obviously, we be up here for 18 hours, but y'all gonna see us praying and all that.
Yeah, we talking about moving around. Like, do y'all want to see us tap in with certain people? Like, let us know what y'all want us to do.
I got a good live for y'all coming up soon. That I'm gonna announce within the next few days. I'm gonna do a live interview with our brother Major Life Fitness. He fighting cancer, and we're gonna talk about his whole journey from prison and early compassionate release, and him fighting cancer, him still working out, all of the above. Him being basically kicked out of the hospital while fighting cancer because the Medicaid ran out. So we're gonna do all of that. We're gonna run that joint live, so y'all can kind of like chime in and ask questions and things like that, and we can help spread the brother's story.
You see, yeah, more than just calisthenics. I want to see you bench press. All right, we could get into that. I got some weights outside and in the warehouse.
Who y'all think could bench more, me or him?
Obviously, weight. I will join your team, inshallah. I will build a body like yours too, inshallah, Abdullah Khan. You probably sound like a little bit like you're not from the U.S., but if you do come over, yeah, you can join. You know, we always recruiting, man. We got a lot going on, but we try to make as much time as possible, especially for the members. Shout out to Skilo, Yasir, Ty, Son, Josh, you know, Bolo, Seb, bro, all of the rips, man, worldwide. We got some rips. You know what I mean? But yeah, lock in on our live stream. Also, January 10th and 11th at the LA Expo. Me and Watching Work is going to be there. Our booth is going to be 423. The name of the city, obviously, is Okeechobee, Florida. We looking to battle too, me and Watching Work. So we see Matt and Hoodie J dropping the comments like they want some smoke. So we might have to fry them up. You come to Canada before? We gonna be over there. Bro, like I said, we gonna make some moves. Pull up to the Bronx, brother. We've been to the Bronx. We toured the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens.
Yeah, that's we from New York, so of course we've been.
I don't think we cooked Manhattan like that, but Queens. At one time we was Queens out, but really, especially this last few, we done tore up Brooklyn and the double B, Brooklyn and the Bronx. Yeah.
Our competition that we be hosting is in the Bronx.
Yeah. I think this is good that y'all open. Did I put to this forum because calisthenics is undervalued today, period. I would like to see you guys popping up at different places. Alright, we're gonna do that. I'm telling you, we're gonna start right here. Obviously we working on something big with this tour. I'm telling you, once this live stream is lit, like how we got it right now, but on the move, it's lights out. Now is doing everything right when it comes to live streaming here. So I'm thinking that our only issue is gotta be the connection.
Yeah.
So we might have to scratch that 4 modem demo with live view and go with 4 regular modems. I got you, Abdullah Khan, inshallah. When you guys plan on going to the Bronx next? I'm not sure. We won't be in the Bronx this year. Probably not until
damn, I keep forgetting the year is over.
Maybe March, April. I'm telling you, because I'm kind of chilling.
Yeah, I was just talking.
We're going to hit a cold state, which I'm not a fan of. We're going to hit Cali. It's going to be a little chilly out there. I'm not a fan of that. I'm really trying to stay in Florida,
Colorado,
and be a snowbird. But they said, like, freezing. I'm not really. Like, it's not like before where we was just moving and grooving. We trying to chill in Florida and get things popping out here through the move.
You know, just now I was thinking, I was like, damn, it would be nice to go to the NJ Lao. You know,
when is it?
The Mufti or whatever. So I looked it up. I was talking to my wife about it. I looked it up and it's today. They used to do it in December.
Oh,
but it's today. I was like, that's
that would have been a good one. Yeah, Mufti's not there.
Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the one of the top people on the flyer.
That would have been good to go there because then I could have went and got the ripsticks from my love spot and melted over there to Cali. Now I'm gonna have to get Kasim to do it. Y'all will take information from your Instagram, so please reply to me. All right, bro, you hit me up. I got you, inshallah ta'ala. Alright, guys.
Yeah, we about to wrap it up, y'all.
Yeah, because I am hungry. I wish I would have
Nah, I ate right before we started
got my food together and ate on live. That would have been good. We gotta get what you said, a capture card to move this camera and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna.
What's that about?
I'll explain. Because part of it, I think I could explain it for you to understand, but part of it, I don't think that you're probably not gonna understand without further context. But
yeah, we can move this desk and push the camera back and be in here doing all kind of pull-ups and push-ups. Probably go over to my room. We got a pull-up bar there. Yeah, we gonna put some work in.
Yeah, we'd have had the right bar in the living room like it was supposed to be, and we could have did pull-ups right into the packages.
Yeah, you gotta eat too, inshallah. Yeah, for real. Thanks for the good time, Islam. Yeah, no freaky.
Yeah.
Julian, I appreciate you. Yeah, so guys, stay tuned, y'all. Stay real.
6-pack, big backs, big facts. We appreciate y'all. Said Twitch audio and video is clean. Yeah, appreciate you. Fitness after felonies.
That's my guy.
Yeah. Alright, bros, we out.